Well, you can tell by the beautiful scene behind me that we're in Monterey, California at Intelisys Channel Connect. And we've got a very, very special guest on the Top Gun Show today. My friend and colleague, Rick Sheldon, who's the co-founder of Intelisys. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Steve. Nice to be here.
I can't believe I got somebody of your caliber on the show.
I can't believe I'm supposed to be somebody of caliber.
You are.
Okay. Well,
pretty amazing stuff.
I like that. Wow.
Pretty amazing.
Me and the word caliber together. I like it. Okay, good.
Anyway, what I want to talk to you about is, it's been 3 years since ScanSource bought Intelisys. I remember the Sunday afternoon that you called me on my cell phone and told me about it, and you were super excited about I sold the company, I'm going to make $1 billion, whatever it was. Trillions and millions. We have millions and millions of viewers, by the way. But you were more excited about the future of Intelisys, which is kind of odd for, that sizable transaction. Normally, the founders are like, whoa, that's a good exit strategy. And this was not that.
Correct.
So why don't you talk about it? It's been 3 years. Talk in retrospect. What's the journey been like? And then maybe touch on what's the future?
Okay. First of all, when ScanSource approached us, when Mike Bauer approached us and told us about his interests and wanted to know if we were interested in partnering up with ScanSource, we said no. We had no interest in selling the company. We had not marketed the company. There was no need. We had a really great strategy going. Growth was high.
Yeah.
Prospects in the future we believed in. We saw what we're seeing today. We kind of saw that having our experience in the industry, and we had such a great team and still do. And there was really, kind of no good reason. So then he came back a couple more times, and we changed our no to why.
Great question.
Okay, because this guy's pretty persistent, and runs a pretty successful company, and we're thinking to ourselves, we got to at least listen at this point. So he painted a picture, and really a lot of that picture we now come to realize came from Mark Morgan, who's their chief strategist, who was asked to go find the future path for ScanSource, because ScanSource being a equipment company,
right.
And really a transactional company, was looking for a business model that would take them into the 21st century and really push the envelope. And that meant really, in today's world, getting into recurring revenue, higher margin, and really creating more value for the customer. Because that, we can talk all we want about recurring revenue and all this great stuff that's good for us, but it doesn't mean anything if it's not good for the end user customer.
Absolutely, it won't last.
And it won't last. It's taken a good 3 years to get Intelisys and ScanSource to be one. And I think we're just about there right now.
But you've also grown quite a bit. I mean, I think it was, 26% year over year?
Yeah, we've tripled the company in 5 years. And it's been big.
Mike Bauer was saying on the stage this morning that they've ponied up over $100 million in acquisitions.
It's not just acquisitions. That's probably about 2/3 of it. The other third was actually in personnel. Tools, and really, we grew our colleague base from 120 to 240.
Wow, that's incredible.
So in 3 years, we doubled the employment.
That's incredible. So you're 3 years into it. Earnouts and all that are over or met or whatever about that. So what's the future like? Where do you see it going with ScanSource?
Well, I think that they totally have bought it hook, line, and sinker, and they realize I don't think they realized what they bought when they bought it. I don't think they realized that they needed to shift their entire company to a higher margin, recurring revenue solution company. I think they thought they were going to buy that part of the company and use it as a tool and figure out how to get there. They've now realized that that is the future. So really, the Intelisys was the tip of the spear. It is the actual, everything that comes along, whether it's the tools, whether it's the software from Inti, whether it's the tools from Campango, it ultimately comes down to the channel.
Right.
All those were bought and will continue to be, those kinds of assets are things to support the channel. And that's the future. It's really simple. The addressable market's really obvious. We know what it is. I don't think this is rocket science. I think this is find the people who have great relationships with customers, particularly mid-level and enterprise-level customers, educate the channel so that they really understand how to have those conversations, provide world-class tools, relationships, stability, and go get it. Just go get it.
Right. But you make it sound simple, but you truly are, and always have been, on the cutting edge of the industry, and really, in my opinion, defined the industry and continue to define the industry. So it's nice to have, the Gorilla ScanSource and you guys come together and forge an industry that is bent on servicing the customer and adding value.
100% channel too.
Yeah.
It's not just the customer, it's how we go to the customer.
Right.
They're 100% channel, we're 100% channel. That means we together are, and that's big.
Right.
I think if you aren't, I think you're sending mixed messages, and I think it's really nice for our partners to know that they're not competing, with another direct side or a channel of some other kind.
Right. Well, Rick, I'll let you go. I know you got meetings to run off to.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on the show. It's
My
great
pleasure.
to see you again.
You got it.
And thanks for watching.
Thanks. Appreciate it.